We want to talk about the Afghan situation, and we talk so much about all that is going on there, and we worry and we wonder what's happening to people who are there. And we want to talk to Farid Ahmad Rahmani now, because he actually got out of the country. He managed to escape just an horrific situation. And Farid, you arrived here in the country on Saturday in the early hours of the morning with your 6 children. Was there anyone else with you?
Good morning. Just my wife, myself, and along with 6 children. So just we were 8 people escaped from Afghanistan. So yeah.
Well, firstly, we're so pleased that you and your family are safe and welcome. And Farid, you've worked as an interpreter for the British Embassy in Afghanistan for 17 years, I believe.
Yeah, you are right. Just I have had joined the British Embassy on 1st July 2004, and I just continued to my duty till 15th August 2021. So just I served here for 17 years and some days. Yeah.
So were you told fairly quickly that you would be given safe passage to be able to be evacuated and come here? How did that happen? Who called you?
So first, just we heard about the Arab scheme that was designed for the interpreters. So first we just applied for this package. So we got just rejection emails. So we were told that we were not directly employed by Her Majesty's government. So then just we were 21 interpreters serving the British Embassy. Even with we were serving the Arab team as well. So just every single of us became disappointed. So after a while, so just we were told that just now you are eligible to apply for this scheme again. So once we applied for the second time, fortunately, all of us became eligible. So, and it was too difficult to, just escape Afghanistan recently. So, just Taliban.
Farid, you're talking away, and you're obviously very happy to be here. But I just want to emphasise to people how dangerous your situation was. You were the subject of a murder attack. You were opened up upon with an AK-47, and it struck you how many times?
It was 20th of June when I finished my afternoon duty. So it was about 9 o'clock when I handed over my duty to the next shift. So I just moved from the duty location toward my home. So on the way to my to home, so I was attacked by 3 unknown gunmen. So they opened fire. They opened fire at me directly. So and they fired about 4 to 5 times, and one of the bullets just went through my hand, my left hand. So I got injuries in my left hand.
So it's not surprising that when the word came that you could be evacuated, Ruth was alluding to the fact that you got 15 minutes notice on this. Tell us what happened within that 15 minutes. You, your wife, your 6 children, you're at home. I mean, most of us couldn't, catch a bus in 15 minutes. What did you have to do in that 15 minutes?
Actually, just when I, when I got just shot, so I was told by the security department, so I shouldn't stay in a single place. I had to move, just to somewhere else. So I used to spend my, just whole day and night in our relative's house. So on 17th of August, so when I received a phone call, I was in. We all were in my mom's house. So she was she wasn't at home as well. So I received a call from the MOD office, and they told me to get to the airport by 7 o'clock. On that time, I didn't.
That means what? You grab your passport, you grab... What do you grab? You grab whatever possessions, photographs are near and dear to you, and then you've got to leave everything else behind. And you mentioned your mother there. Obviously, you've had to leave her behind as well.
No, just my mom wasn't at home on that time, so I had to move from my mom's home to our own home, because all our documentations were in our own house. So then I said bye-bye to my mom over the phone, and then I left. We all left her house and just went to our house, and we grabbed just our documents, our birth certificates, marriage certificate, and our old passports.
So what was...
We had only 15 minutes. It was a very short notice. So then my wife, she grabbed a bag as well. So we came out of the house. It was about
and
just
your
before
children...
we move on, just to point out, of course, you're living in a hotel room now, and if you can hear noise in the background, that is Farid's family there around him.
Yeah, and your children, Farid, are aged from 2 to 14. You know, so there's 6 children, you and your wife. You have 15 minutes to flee. You have to make your way to Camp Barron, which is a residential compound, before you could then be taken to the airport. When you got there, describe the scene for us and how that was for you and your family.
Okay, so just we didn't arrive on time. Actually, when we just arrived nearby the camp, so thousands of people were just out of the camp. They were waiting for their they were waiting for their entrance to the gate. So people were stampeded and just stampeding. So I saw a woman and a child was just dying, and they died. So due to the stampede of people. So just fortunately, just we got nearby the camp. So one of my children, she was unconscious, and she just became fed, and then I shouted on the British army. So it was about 11 o'clock when we arrived nearby the gate. So I shouted on the army and said, "My daughter is dying." So one of them was a Nepali British army. So he brought some bottles of water with no delay and poured on my daughter's face and head, and she still was unconscious, and till maybe 2 o'clock or in the morning. So and after 2 o'clock, my wife called me. She said that she's okay now. She's recovering now.
Gosh, what a terrible... I mean, she's terrible weight. Yeah, I mean, she's 2 years old. The crush of people. She loses consciousness. You haven't got any water. You were worried she was going to die. It is absolutely horrific what you've been through, and you were outside there for 14 hours.
And you witnessed people dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some youth and along myself. So we dragged a woman and a child. So they had already died. So they weren't just alive. So they were died.
So they finally let you in. What happens next? How did you actually leave Afghanistan, and where did they take you first?
So once the gate was open, the British army called on British passport holders. So just first they took them in, and then I showed them my documents and my emails. So I told them that I was due to come last night. So but due to the huge amount of people, I couldn't get last night. So that's why I spent 14 hours behind the gate, and then they just allowed me to go into the camp. So when we got into the camp, so I feel just saved myself and my family. So still there were hundreds of people waiting to fly out.
When you're on that plane, when you're on that transport carrier and you're heading to Dubai, what is the atmosphere like? Is there jubilation? Are people cheering? Is it quiet? How would you describe it?
just people were worried about their future. So we had been loaded 150 people in a plane, so that had not that capacity. So because just the capacity of the plane was, I think, for maybe 70 to 50 people, 70 to maybe 100 people, but we were just 150 people in a plane.
And from
From
pictures we've seen, Farid, I mean, not from your particular flight, but pictures we have seen of inside those airplanes, people are sitting on the floor. I mean, they've taken the seats out, people are sitting on the floor. That's a long journey. How difficult was it for you and your family? You've got young children. How were they on the actual flight?
So just we all were sitting on the floor. So, but we had no way. So we had to be sitting on the floor because a huge amount of people were waiting for the flights. So we, the British Army really, and just the U.S. Army really working hard to just take people into Dubai or somewhere else. So there was no way, ma'am. So we had to be sitting on the we had to be just sitting on the floors, because there was
dread
no
to
way.
think of what the conditions were like there. But you're free. You were flying to freedom. You end up in the United Kingdom. You're living in a hotel. How do you see the future now? I mean, very cramped conditions for your family, but you're free, my friend. You're free.
My family, so they're very happy. Last morning, so I asked my daughter whether she lives here or she goes back to Afghanistan. She prefers here. So even we are in a hotel, so she prefers living here than Afghanistan. So she said, "Papa, I'm happy here. I don't want to go back to Afghanistan." So because they feel free themselves here.
Yeah, you have had to leave other family behind, friends behind, Farid, work colleagues. How concerned are you about their safety and what life will hold for them now under the Taliban rule?
Sure. So, the Taliban claims that they have, just announced public amnesty. I'm sure they are wrong. So they never forget anyone. So they never, just forgive anyone who have worked with the international organizations. So whatever they say is completely wrong. Just I'm still worried about my friends and family. So we have, just been working there for a long time. Even my friends who work for the British Embassy are still stranded in Afghanistan. I'm worried about them. I'm worried about my family and friends. So, and the Taliban will, just they have started searching houses. And even this morning, I talked to one of my friends. So he said that Taliban went to his house and just he was worried about his life. So he used to work in Anjuman camp, where the British Embassy had a contract of the security for a long time, for 10 years. So they were provided security for the British Embassy. So they are still not eligible to come to UK. So most of them were worried about that. Yeah. My friends, so they say that Taliban is going to ask in every single mosque. So just they're looking for the people who work for the international organizations and some governmental institutions.
Well, it's awful, awful situation, Farid. Welcome to the UK. We're glad you're safe. A new life starts here. We hope it is good to you. It smiles kindly on you. I know you're worried about family who you've left behind and friends and so many people in Afghanistan. Thank you for your time today. We'll leave you to mix with your family.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me for the live show. So just I'm really grateful to the British government and to the British people. So I will never forget their compassionate. So whatever they have done for us, so we will never forget that.
Thank you. Thank you, Farid. Farid Ahmad Rahmani there. Thank you. He worked for the British Embassy in Kabul for 17 years.